Before that, though, one of the country's biggest homeless charities says it's now very concerned by the number of rough sleepers in Wales. The Woolwich says it's seen an increase of almost 50% in rough sleepers in Cardiff in the past 2 years alone, with numbers also rising in Newport and Swansea. It's emerged that some rough sleepers are living in tents in Cardiff city centre. They say they have nowhere else to go. The charity says increasing demands on a limited supply of social housing and private rented accommodation are also contributing to the problems. Colette Hume reports.
It's a cold, windy evening here in Cardiff, and as the commuters and shoppers head home, the city's rough sleepers are looking for shelter. Some will have a place at one of the city's hostels or emergency shelters, but not everyone. Gareth Jones is from the homeless charity, the Woolwich.
I mean, if you look at a city like Cardiff, the provision of hostel and frontline accommodation, it's fairly good for a city of its size. I think the problem we have in Cardiff is that accommodation is generally full, and I guess you could draw an analogy with the National Health Service in terms of bed blocking. So people will go, move into a hostel, but it's then where they move on to, and I think across the country, Wales and England, there's increasing demands on social housing and in particular the private rented sector. So we've got more and more people competing for a limited supply of accommodation.
The Woolwich has a night shelter in the Riverside area of the city, and I'm heading there now. It's one of a number of hostels run by the charity. It's a 12-bed emergency project, and it offers a hot meal, a bed and support for rough sleepers. I've come to meet Danielle Martin. She's project coordinator with the Rough Sleepers Intervention Team. Are you busy right now?
Yes, we're always busy and we're always full. So as soon as somebody moves on, that bed is filled immediately that day.
That quickly?
Yes, yeah.
Is there ever a night when you are less than full here?
No, not at the moment.
In Cardiff, some rough sleepers are now living in tents. I know of at least 3 tent communities in the city centre. I'm standing in front of one right now, and it's just feet away from shops, offices and coffee shops. The majority of people would probably never know this was here and that people are living this way in 2017. I'm going to meet one of the people who's living in a tent. Simon has been on the streets now for 14 months. If you live or work here in Cardiff, the chances are you'll have seen Simon and his dog Sasha, his friend and protector.
After a while you get used to it, like, do you know what I mean? It was hard like the first couple of weeks, do you know what I mean? Just getting used to it all, like, do you know what I mean? Not having the comforts of home and things like that. But after a while you do get used to it. It just becomes normality, like.
But it's not a safe place to be, is it?
Well, as long as I got a dog, I do feel safe, like. Do you know what I mean? But there's other people who haven't got a dogs and things like that, do you know what I mean? I can imagine how they feel like. It probably is a lot less comforting.
You can't fail to notice just how many homeless people there are here in Cardiff. In just a few minutes, I've counted 11 people, either standing outside shops or near restaurants or pubs, hoping to get some money from people who are passing by, or simply lying and sleeping. But much of the land in the city centre is private property, and that can mean being moved on.
I'm Becky.
Becky, what's just happened?
I was sat outside St David's Arcade, and the security in the arcade came and moved me and said that I couldn't sit there. But I've been homeless for over a year now, and the past 3-4 months has been much harder.
What do you want to happen in the future?
To find accommodation in general. I'm on the waiting list with the council.
And in the meantime, you're just sitting here hoping that people will help you as they walk past?
Yeah.
That's Beth.